Hey guys, this is Samila with Sife Fitness, representing Sife Fitness, which stands for Strength is for Everyone. Let's jump right into it, man. There's been a lot of misconceptions surrounding strength and what it represents and who it represents. In my world, strength represents everyone because we all have strength, and I believe strength comes from the inside and not the outside. Okay? So, with that being said, strength is for everyone. So, that means it doesn't matter what your gender is, what your race is, your background, uh, your physical fitness level. It has nothing to do with that. I created this brand because I noticed that many brands don't include other people. You know what I'm saying? It's always like a thing of who's the most muscular and who is the most in shape rather than the bigger spectrum of it. You know what I mean? So strength comes from the inside and not the outside. And I created Sife Fitness with the intentions of inclusiveness, meaning that the veterans are represented in my brand, the obese is represented in my brand, the men, the women, the LGBTQIA is also included. Everyone is included from any background. So I just want to make that perfectly clear first off of why Sife Fitness came to mind. It just came to mind randomly. It was very organic. I was just sitting around. I remember it was about 2 years ago, and I was just thinking. I don't know. It just randomly came up. It was like it came from the universe for sure, because I wasn't even thinking about a brand or creating my own business or anything of that nature. But it came up. Strength is for everyone. I don't know why it came up, but it did. I actually wrote it down right away, kept it in a journal, and actually wrote it out. And I was like, you know what? I can use this as an acronym. So I used Sife, Sife Fitness, Strength is for Everyone as the acronym. And that's how I developed Sife Fitness. It wasn't me thinking of a master plan or thinking of anything. It's like, you know what? Strength is for everyone. Seeing a lot of things on social media could have influenced that, because I do see what the fitness and health industry have done, which is making people look a certain way and not adding everybody else to it. You know what I mean? It's seen in magazines, we see it in TV shows, models, and I'm really happy that there's full figure models now. So we're not looking at like stick figure people and thinking everyone has to wear a size 0 in order to be beautiful. So that's something I do notice is positive and an upright movement for the world. For people's overall confidence. We can look at someone in a magazine and say, that looks like me, I look like her, I look like him, whoever it may be. But yeah, so that's how I came up with Sife Fitness, and it's been beautiful. I carried that name with me, and I decided to put it out there, get a copywritten and actually put it out there, spread the positivity. So like I said, I feel it's very important to let everybody know that they do have strength. And for me, when I started training, it wasn't because I wanted to be the biggest, I wanted to be the cuttest, the leanest, whatever. I started training because I had severe anxiety and depression. That's what drove me to start exercising in 2012. So from there, I kept it going, and it became a passion of mine. I absolutely love it. I love the challenges, the changes that it has created within me. So I'm not visiting a doctor for severe anxiety or depression anymore, not being hospitalized for those things anymore, which was very serious. I was actually in and out of the hospital due to mental health conditions. So I will say that strength is for everyone. Strength is for me. When I train, when I exercise and do all those great fancy things and basic things, whatever you may call it, that comes straight from my heart. That's energy for me. I'm feeling out energy and passion. That's fire within me. Because when I had anxiety and depression, those things, my thoughts and everything was kind of bottled up. I didn't use any energy, any resources to let that stuff out. So that's what exercising does for me. Not that I have anxiety or depression problem now, but there's, we all deal with transitions. We all deal with different obstacles in life. So that's what keeps me going. That's what keeps me going mentally, to be healthy mentally. That's number one. That's always been my number one priority. When I feel myself getting a little overwhelmed, I exercise, or I either take a break as well. It's very important to take a break. But yeah, that's where my strength comes from. My strength comes from within for sure. Because before bodybuilding or any type of exercising, I was struggling. Self identity issues, just mentally unstable for sure. So, Sife Fitness represents everybody because we've all been through some sort of challenges in our life that we had to overcome, that we dealt with, that we battled with for a while, and some are probably still in a battle. We are constantly in battles to get us to be stronger. You know, it's the same as when we lose a loved one. When I lost my grandmother about 11 years ago, that was very hard for me. That was a very difficult time in my life. I was very close to my grandmother. I believe I got my sense of humor from my grandmother, and I just feel like she's never left me. So that was a very hard situation in my life where I had to use my inside strength. Again, it has nothing to do with training. It is a very tough transition that I had to, come to an understanding of. That death is a natural thing, and we all go through it. It's very hard to lose a loved one. So that strength for sure came from within, and not the other way around. So I do miss my big mama, and her anniversary is actually on the 28th of April. It's coming up in a few days actually. And I've just, like I said, she's been with me the whole time. Even when my uncle passed, I wasn't as close to him, but he showed up in my life after he passed during a very difficult moment, where I was drugged. I was at a friend's house, and I was offered a cookie. I thought it was just a regular chocolate chip cookie. It wasn't presented as a edible. And so the person gave me the cookie. I accepted the cookie. I ate it, and I felt dizzy. I felt really weird and off guard. So from nothing, from no energy, from not knowing what's going on, I was able to run out of the house and get some help down the street at a liquor store. And it's kind of hard for me to tell this story because I'm still traumatized by it. I have a difficult time kind of letting people in and, of that nature, because I'm still traumatized from it, even though it happened about 4 to 5 years ago. But I feel like my uncle, who had just passed away, helped me out of that situation. And as I was driven down in the ambulance car, I saw my uncle. And so I just been really connected to my ancestors and strength and power. And I'm really grateful, to get out of that situation safely. And I know that it was inedible and it could have been worse. It was a terrible situation. And at that time, I was exercising. And after that, that's when my adrenaline, that's when all my passion really increased in bodybuilding, because I found it to be very therapeutic for me to have an outlet to let out all of that anger that I felt of being betrayed, being stabbed in the back and all that stuff. So that was a big moment in my life where I had to use strength as a source for me to overcome it, and also seek therapy for that as well. And I still actually talk to a therapist, and this conversation always comes up because, like I said, it's something that I'm not over. There's people before that say, get over it, you're okay now, and da-da-da. Easier said than done. When you go through a traumatizing situation, it's not that easy, so I'm just now opening up and feeling better. The more I talk about it, the more it comes out, the better I feel like I'm releasing that energy, you know what I mean? And so yeah, that was a moment in my life where I had to use strength, and that was the only thing I had was strength, utilizing what I have inside to present, you know what I mean, at the gym, whether I'm taking a walk outside or doing something. My workouts reflect what's going on in the inside, the fire, the enthusiasm, the passion, the determination that I have comes from past experiences that were very traumatizing to me, you know. So, like I said, strength is for everyone. SIFE Fitness, strength is for everyone. I wholeheartedly believe that, and I never want anybody to feel like my brand represents having a look, having an aesthetic look, having, you know, whatever that is shown in other businesses as far as fitness apparel goes. You know, that's just not happening with me. I've been through a lot, and I feel like you know, fitness and health should not be a look or how shredded you can look or anything, because like at the end of the day, we're all battling things from the inside. So we have to pull that strength out, whether it's through lifting weights, whether it's through running, whether it's through painting, singing, doing art or whatnot. Find yourself an outlet to let out that fire you have inside. We'll say fire, which could be anger or whatnot, but there's always an outlet for you. It's just a matter of finding it. And with Sife Fitness, that's exactly what I represent. Finding an outlet for yourself, knowing that strength is for you. You are stronger than you think. You are stronger than you know. Okay, that's what I want everybody to understand. It's not a look. I keep saying that, but that's how serious I am about it. It is not a look, okay? I hope you guys have a blessed day. Thank you so much for tuning in with me. I'm enjoying some nature out here. Very beautiful at Walkie Miller. It's very beautiful. I'm sitting in some shade right now and relaxing. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'll talk to you guys soon. On next time. Bye-bye. Strength is for everyone.